Hello guys, this tutorial video is for Adobe Photoshop CC, Lesson 5, Quick Fixes. In this lesson, first we're going to learn how to correct the red eye. So first, we need to open Adobe Photoshop CC, and then choose File, Open, locate into the Lesson 5 folder and choose boy.start.jpg. Click Open. And then we need to save it as a new document and rename it as boy working. And choose format as PSD, which is Photoshop. And then click Save. So now we need to choose the red eye tool. If you cannot find the red eye tool here, you need to right click and then choose the red eye tool from the list. So this is the red eye tool. Click it, and then we specify the pupil size as 23% and a darken amount as 30%. Now we need to use the zoom tool to zoom in the boy's eyes, and then back to the red eye tool. Make sure it's still 23% and 30%, and click once. Click the boy's left eye, and now you can say the red reflection disappears, and click the right eye. And then we choose View, Fit on Screen to view the whole image. Now you can say the boy's eyes, the red reflections are corrected. The next step is to learn how to brighten an image. So for this step, we need to open the Adjustment panel. Now you can say my Adjustment panel is already open. If you cannot say the Adjustment panel, go to Window and to check Adjustments. What we need in Adjustment panel is Curves. So this is Curves. Click it. And now you can see the Curves panel. In the Curves panel, we need to click Auto to see the auto adjustment provided by Photoshop. So click the Auto. Now you can say the Photoshop automatically lighten the image. And then we need to choose Lighter from the preset menu. The preset menu, we need to choose Lighter RGB. Now you can say there are some changes that happens in this image. And next, we're going to select the white point eyedropper. This is white point eyedropper, and we need to choose a white point from the photo, such as a white area on the boy's shirt, like here. Click it. Now you can say the image is brighter and the contrast is improved. Then we need to save and close the document. Click OK, and then close it. The next step is blurring a background. We need to choose File, Open. Click Cancel. We need to choose another Open, which is Open as a Smart Object. And then in Lesson 5 folder, we need to select Aggregate Start. .jpg and click Open. And then go to File to save it as new document and name it as aggregateworking.psd. And click Save. Click OK. Now we go to Filter, Blur Gallery, and choose Iris Blur. So you can see an ellipse appears, and then we need to drag the center pane, drag it and move it to the bottom of the bird. like this to the bottom of the bird. And then drag inward the ellipse to tighten the focus around the bird. This around the bird. And then release your mouse. Then we need to press Alt for Windows or Option for Mac and click to drag the feather handles separately. Okay, I'll press Option and drag these handles one by one, like this. And then release your mouse and Option. Then we need to click and drag the focus ring to reduce the amount of blur to 5px. So we go here and drag to about 5. Okay. And then click OK to apply the effect. Now you can say the background is blurred. And then we double-click the blur gallery in the Aggregate Layers panel to open it again. So we move this one and to find blur gallery, double-click. And then you can say the ellipse appears again. And then we adjust the blur to 6 pixels. You can adjust the blur from here to 6. And click OK. Now we can save the file and then close it. So the next step is to creating a panorama. We need to choose File, Automate, and choose Photo Merge. Then choose Browse and navigate to the Lesson 5 folder. To Lesson 5 folder, and then we need to open Files for a Panorama. And Shift-click to select all the images here. And choose Open. Now you can see the 4 images are listed here. In the Layout area, we need to select Perspective and then select Blend Images Together. Here, we need to check Blend Images Together and Vignette Removal and Geometric Distortion Correction. Check all these 3 choices and then click OK. So we need to wait a second for the 4 images to be blended into a panorama. Okay, now you can see the 4 images are blended automatically by Photoshop, and the 4 layers are all selected here. So we go to the Layers panel and then right-click, choose Merge Layers, and you can see all the 4 layers are merged into one. Then we need to use the Crop tool. Wait a second. Okay, we choose the Crop tool and crop out all the transparent area like this. We will only leave the transparent area at the top, okay, like this, and then click. Now we choose Magic Wand tool. We go here. This is Quick Selection tool. We right-click to choose Magic Wand tool and click the transparent area on top. Okay, now we need to go to Edit, choose Fill, and then select Content Aware. This is Content Aware, and click OK. So now what you can say, the transparent area is filled automatically. And then we need to choose select to deselect. Then we need to choose levels in the adjustment panel. So here is adjustment panel and this one is levels. Click levels. And we use the white point eyedropper. Again, this is white point eyedropper and to lighten the image. So we need to choose a wide area of this image like the cloud. Click it. And you can see the image is lightened. Okay, now we can go to File to save the image. Save as new document. We'll call it Skyline Working. .psd. And then click Save. And close the document. Okay, the next step is to correct image distortion. We need to choose File, Open, and in Lesson 5 folder, we need to go to Lesson 5 folder and open columns start.psd. Columns start.psd and choose Open. Then save it and rename it as columns working.psd. And click Save. Okay, now we go to Filter and Lens Correction. And we select Show Grid at the bottom of the dialog box. This is Show Grid. Make sure it's checked. And in the correction area, make sure Auto Scale Image is selected and the Transparency is selected. This is Auto Scale Image and Transparency. And then we select the Custom tab and drag the Remove Distortion slider to about 52. To remove the barrel distortion in the image, and we click OK. So now you can say the image has been changed by the filter, and then we choose File, save it, click OK, and close the document. Our next step for this lesson is adding depth of field. We need to choose File, Open, locate into your Lesson 5 folder and choose glass start.psd file. Okay, it's glass start and open. Also, save it as a new document. Name it as glass working.psd and click Save. Click OK. And in the Layers panel, hide the beach layer by clicking the eye icon in front of the beach layer to hide it. And you can see the glass is in focus and the background is blurred. And then we make the beach layer visible by clicking the eye icon in front of the beach layer. And then you can say the background is in focus, but the glass is blurred. So now we need to show both layers and shift click to choose both of these layers. And then we choose Edit, auto-aligned layers. And then we select Auto. Make sure neither vignette removal or geometric distortion is selected, and then click OK. And then we need to choose Edit and choose Auto Blend Layers. And choose Stack Images and simulate tones and colors. Select this and click OK. Now you can say the glass is in focus. Also, the background is in focus. And then we save the work and close the document. The next step is moving objects. We need to choose File, Open, and open docs.start.jpg and click Open. Also, save it as a new document and name it as docs working. Choose Format as PDF, a PSD, and then click Save. And then we need to choose Content-Aware Move Tool. If you cannot find Content-Aware Move Tool, we'll go here, right-click to find Content-Aware Move Tool, this one, click it. And then in the Options bar, we need to choose Move from the Mode menu. This is Move. And then change the number for structure field to 3. And then we draw a marquee around the third dog, like this. Drag to draw. And then we need to drag it to above the second dog, like this. And then choose the selector to deselect. Also, you can go to structure to use the different numbers of here, and then change the different effect, and try to move the ducks again to see the different effect. And then we choose File, save it, and close the document. Now we are going to learn the last step, which is adjusting perspective in an image. Okay, we go to File, Open, and open bridge start.psd and click Open. Also, save it as new document and name it as bridge working.psd. Click Save. And then we need to select the train layer and choose Edit, Perspective Warp. And you can watch the animation to learn how to use this tool, and then you click to close it. And then we draw a quad for the side of the train, like this. Adjust it. And then draw another quad for the front of the train. Then we need to drag the different corners to match the angles of the train. Okay, like this. And then we click Warp in the options bar. Click this one, Warp. Also watch the animation and then close it. And then we need to click Automatically Straighten Near Vertical Lines, which is the first button here. Click. And then we drag the handles to manipulate the train until you see the effect you want, like this. You can adjust anywhere you want until you think it's the effect you want. And then make sure the changes. Okay, now we can save the changes and close the document.